In a world where local musicians and artists are unrated, underappreciated, unnoticed, battered, abused, and swept under the rug.
Living show to show without secure benefits like medieval jesters.
Run with the kittens.
You're actually listening to it right now. I played a song for my hamster that just died.
Well, absolutely.
I lied.
Underplayed and underpaid.
Real local music.
Use what you have.
All the canned rock stuff. And the can't rock stuff, too.
Chuck Wood around.
We won't get into that.
That's a good thing.
Mondays at 6 p.m.
What was special to me, really cool, amazing, incredible. Like, I need to rise up to this level.
Phenomenal.
Definitely incredible.
Probably the coolest.
Strong. You're a people-aholic.
Oh.
Why are you killing me?
I'll try not to swear.
CFRU 93.3.
Wow, the food was
Delicious.
had a smorgasbord of awesomeness.
It's not your regular breakfast sausage.
I also ate some cocktail wieners and drank some melon liqueur one morning very early on the tour bus.
Yeah, you're listening to Underplayed and Underpaid. It's Bryan McNeill, and I'm here with Gain Music's Nick Wever. Welcome to the show. The show is the local music show that's been running for 3.5 years. I want to thank everybody over the past 3 years for coming in, and I mean, it's been crazy. You got to go to CFRU.ca, go to the archives, and I think it's /recording/11, and there's all my shows for the last 2 years. It's been a fun ride. And well, this is Nick Wever's third appearance on my show.
It is indeed. Thanks for having me on again.
Oh, thanks for coming back in. And well, the first show you were in here was about Gain Music Festival, which you put on.
Yes, it was.
And the second time you came in was with Islands and Empires,
yep,
which we'll talk a little bit about maybe later on. So I want to say, the last time you were on was January 13th, 2014. If you want to check that out, and that was all about the Gain Music Festival of 2014. March 7th, I believe it was this year.
It was the 7th, yeah.
There you go.
Mr. Dale's birthday.
I also have to say thanks to Baker Street Station for my Caesar salad. So Nick is the head manager of Gain Music. He's the main coordinator of the Gain Music Festival and the lead singer of Guelph metal band Islands and Empires. We also... Sorry, where am I going here with this? I got my writing all over this page. It's crazy. Oh, yeah. Bilay, Badoe.
Bilay, yes.
He's joined the Gain Music Army.
Yep, and he will be here soon.
What does Bilay bring to the Gain Music Army?
He brings a lot. I mean, we've been friends for a long time. He's been in various bands and projects and worked with studios, and people may remember him from Yage Letters way back when one of my old bands, Time Destroyer, played with them. But essentially, he's just been brought sort of a whole new... I guess vibe to the whole team. He's been instrumental in putting our stage in on second floor Van Gogh's. He's been backing and supporting us for a long time, but he's sort of just jumped on board a little more full time, I guess you could say, in the past little while. And here he is now.
Come on in, Bilay. I want to say hello, and if you want to introduce yourself to the listeners once you get settled in, that'd be great.
Sorry I'm late.
Yeah, it's okay, man. It's okay. It's community radio. We get away with some stuff. So introduce yourself, Bilay. You don't. That's not necessary,
Awesome.
But I need to have it. Otherwise, things can get really messed up over on the board.
All right. Well, my name is Bilay Badoe. I'm with Gain now and Van Gogh's Ear. And I'm happy to be here. Just
Right
a little
on.
late, I guess, but happy.
So what do you bring? That was the last question that Nick was answering, was what do you bring to the Gain Music situation?
I don't really, I can't say like what I bring to Nick. I think Nick does awesome with what he does. Pretty much all I think I bring is like the kind of business aspect to it in terms of like, I'm really good at like organization and like running a team. So it's more my role, I think, more instead of like, bringing something to the table that like assists Nick. I'm more just kind of helping Nick become more Nick. Nick has a ton of ideas and they're always awesome, but he needs help executing them. And so I'm pretty much just helping like building the team up and helping Nick do what he does best, which is, book awesome shows and put on awesome events. So that's pretty much it, I think.
Yeah, I was just talking to Nick on the drive here. I was like, how are you going to create another Nick? Like, if you figure out, the diet in order to create that cell split, let me know. So we were also just talking about the stage on second floor. Is that a permanent stage then?
It is indeed.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. It's very permanent. Yeah, the stage is awesome. I had some friends who I've built with in the past come down and really help us like put everything together really quick. We did it in about like literally 5 hours. We put that stage up, and just like the team of guys that helped out, I couldn't even begin to thank them. They were awesome. So yeah, we're really pumped about that stage going in. And
size-wise, compare it to the one on main floor of Van Gogh's Ear.
Oh, it's much bigger.
Much bigger?
It is now. I'm pretty sure it's now the biggest stage in Guelph as far as live music. It's 20 feet by 20 feet. There's a drum riser in the back. Still have the DJ booth there too, which we're sort of looking at to sort of make basically a multi-functioning stage, and realistically it actually spans across the entire back of the wall of Van Gogh's, because it's actually just sort of an addition onto this little mini stage that was back there. So it's like about a foot up and another 2 feet for the drum riser and everything there. But it looks small from the pictures we've taken on Facebook so far, but it's a massive stage.
Cool. I mean, well, you said biggest in Guelph. What are the other big stages? Doesn't Stampede Ranch have a big stage?
Stampede Ranch is a big one. I think
Guelph Concert Theatre?
Concert Theatre is probably the next biggest. It's probably bigger than that one just because of the space it's got in there. But as far as a room for its size, it's definitely the biggest right now.
Super cool. So that's, shouts out to any of those larger bands like the Stanfields, who don't have to squish all of their stuff. And you, the band, can get back into doing their guitar spins and stuff on stage.
Yeah, all the theatrics.
Terrific. So, naming. There's a process going on right now for naming the second and or third floor.
Yeah.
What were they called before, and what are we looking at?
Well, they were originally called Loft, and then recently there was a switch to have second floor called Base Nightclub, just to sort of differentiate between the two floors. And there was a bunch of promoters sort of in and out of there doing different things. And over the past while, we've sort of noticed that people don't necessarily know that there's even a third floor on Van Gogh's. Mm-hmm. So as we've sort of moved in and taken over the operations and management and runnings of all three floors of Van Gogh's, we've decided to rebrand it as well. And one of the biggest things that we want to do is associate with Van Gogh's Ear, sort of put a new, fresh look on it and get people to participate and be involved in the naming of it. So we came up with a couple names that we liked, 1890 being one of them, being the year that Van Gogh died. And then District was the other one that we came up with, being, entertainment district. All three floors have stuff going on. We'd liked both names and couldn't decide on anything, so we kind of tossed it out on the Facebook page to get people to vote on it. And that voting is still up. So if you go to the District Facebook page, which it doesn't unfortunately have a tag to it yet because we haven't officially named it, but you can find it through the Gain Music page. You can find it through the Van Gogh's Ear Facebook page. So find that page and help us vote and determine a name for what the second and third floor are going to be.
Right on. Well, we were talking about the Monday night thing, which I find very interesting.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell the listeners a little bit about what you're thinking about doing for third floor Mondays?
Yeah, well, part of our new programming is we want to get things happening in there on a more regular basis. So utilizing all three floors and just really using the spaces for alternative types of events. So one of the things that Aaron Dale and Music Lives and us had kind of been talking about for a while was doing a games night or a music and games night. And so essentially it's going to be on third floor starting Mondays, every Mondays, and it's going to be called Rec Room Monday or Magic Mondays, whichever you want to call it. We're going to do magic tournaments. We're going to do games nights upstairs. It's going to start at 6 p.m. So we're going to be broadcasting this show as well as part of that programming.
Beauty.
So we're going to be broadcasting this show and then straight all the way through, having some more local, bands mixed in. Aaron's going to mix a bunch of local bands, touring bands coming through, and then we're going to tune back into CFRU for the 9 o'clock The Fuzz radio show, and then kind of finish off the night. So the entire night's just going to be sort of music and games and kind of like a rec room or like a basement party, basically.
Nice. Yeah, and if you haven't checked out The Fuzz at 9 p.m. on Mondays, check it out tonight. If you love your stoner rock and you love the guys from Wakeless, it's a good time. So I decided I was going to go to the bookshelf to check out their top 3 sellers of games, because obviously if you're going to do, gaming on Monday, what are the 3 things that are going off the shelves really fast these days? And the gentleman, can't remember his name, told me Settlers of Catan. You guys familiar?
Yeah, that's a massive game right now.
Okay, and Bananagram.
I've heard of Bananagram. I haven't played it yet.
It's Scrabble without the board. So, yeah, it's just...
It's 2014, people.
And it comes in a little satchel like a banana. It looks like a jockstrap. And what was the other one here? Anomia. I didn't really get a rundown of what Anomia is, but for the gamers out there, if you want to check out those three things, Settlers of Catan, Bananagram, and Anomia, I'm sure you'll have a good time. And so I guess this Third Floor Mondays thing will be similar to something in Toronto. It's a place called Snakes and Lattes, which is a gaming lounge. They have food.
Yeah,
maybe?
It's a big thing we've noticed in a couple of clubs in Toronto and other places, and we just kind of wanted to test out a games night so people can feel free to bring their own games, their own, they want to play Monopoly for a couple hours. We're pretty much going to be open up there from about 6 until midnight or so on every Monday.
Cool. What other big changes have been going on with Gain? Are you now only throwing shows at Van Gogh's Ear, or do you still branch out?
As of now, we're the in-house management and bookings company at Van Gogh's, so we're more or less exclusive to that venue. However, we love doing co-promotions and supporting other events elsewhere. So we don't want to limit ourselves to just that. But right now, we're focusing in on Van Gogh's and getting the programming going there. So
if another Protest the Hero type show comes up where your ticket sales are gone in like a day, then we're
going to put it on the street.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Right on the corner of Wyndham and McNeill.
I can see Rick Hall just standing there.
Oh yeah,
doing his thing.
One party.
Forget what else I was going to ask about that. So let's just roll on. What are your expectations for the Monday night thing? Do you think it'll kick off right away, or do you think it'll take some time to? Like, how do you promote to that demographic of the gaming community?
Truthfully, I'm not sure. I'm just speaking for myself here, but from what my experience is in like gaming in Guelph, a lot of people in Guelph play games. So I think it's something that Guelphites maybe haven't even thought of, but realistically every Guelph person kind of before they go out or before they do anything, or even just getting together for a nice glass of wine, there's usually cards going, usually some sort of game happening. So I think once people realize that there's a venue that you can actually go to and play these games and enjoy the music and company of other gamers, I think it should do well. Personally, that's what I'm thinking.
Nice. So how do you reach these? Are you going to put up posters at the Dragon, or do you fear backlash from the Dragon because they throw?
I think ideally we'd like to include as many people as we can. So I know that with the Quebec Street Mall, they had to close a little bit earlier. They might, have to be under some other guidelines to do. I don't know how they run the logistics of their shows, but. Ideally, we want to include as many people as possible. So if they want to be a part of it, then I think we're going to extend that invite out. But right now, it's just sort of talking to the people who are playing the games. We know a bunch of the dudes in You the Band and Quiet Lakes and all those guys play Magic every Monday already. And so basically, the idea kind of actually stemmed from that of just why not throw it in a venue and get more people together to do it and be able to host tournaments and sort of open up the community to that sort of stuff. So I think it's just sort of getting those guys on board. I mean, guys in Quiet Lakes are from Hamilton and they're driving in every Monday for it. So I think that'll sort of help the whole vibe and atmosphere of the night in
nice.
general.
Yeah, Jer and Rufus last time they were on my show. There's a picture on the Facebook somewhere. They were playing Magic right here. When I walked in, they were right into it.
They love it. They love it. I made a poster by accident with a Magic card as the main poster theme, and they thought I did it on purpose. But I mean, no, I totally did it on purpose. But
if bands need to get a hold of you, first thing they should do is put up a band profile at musiclives.ca.
Yep.
And secondly, how do they get a hold of you about gigging at the Van Gogh's Ear?
Email is the best way to get a hold of me. There's I know that a lot of people use Facebook for bookings and things like that. I'm not a huge fan of that. If you message me on Facebook, I might not book you. No, I'm joking. But best way is just through nik@gainmusic.ca, and that's or info@gainmusic.ca, either way. But email is just the easiest and best way to do bookings because it goes to myself and other people, so we can all coordinate on where to put them and all that sort of stuff. So
super cool. Now, music genres. Are there certain music genres that you're going to try to cater to at the Van Gogh's Ear? Or the different floors, like the Gain Music Festival, right? The different floors, you have different genres generally of music. Third floor is usually the heaviest, and main floor is usually the more acoustic or whatever. And from what I've seen, second floor is more female singers, divas, whatever you'd like to. Are you going to try to do something like that?
I think obviously we have to cater to the first floor atmosphere in terms of softer bands and stuff like that. But for the second floor, I think that's where Nick and I make a good team in terms of like his heavy styles with Gain and like, you know, heavy rock, metal. And then I'm kind of branching off. I branch off into some other like weird, like, you know, niche bands, stuff like that. So I think it's more like we can like incorporate all music and try to bring like a different feel so we can, you know, incorporate everybody. And that's what we're really trying to do, I think. We're not trying to just do heavy music or just do lighter music, more of a hub for the community to just enjoy music as a whole.
All right, and how about the club scene? Is that going to be returning in, I guess, a couple weeks to Van Gogh's here?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that a lot of people like to go out and dance and everything. I think what we want to do is put a new spin on it. I think we want to incorporate the live entertainment and music aspect, because as much as cover bands are great and you know, the DJ is awesome, we want to have all those elements to it. So whether it is a rock show or metal show, an indie show, whatever else, the idea is that people are going to get to participate and be a part of the building, a part of the floor. There's all 3 floors, I guess, and there's going to be, you know, whole new video aspects to it, and all these different content or abilities to create content and get people involved, I guess, in the happenings of the building. So we're kind of treating second like it's a main stage, but 3rd floor is going to be having a big role in sort of like the dance or the lounge, or, you know, depending on the night and the DJs we have in there, what's going on, sort of thing. So
I see. So now explain what is Gain Music or Gain TV. What is that?
KTV is going to be crazy.
Is it similar to the Turtle Shell studio thing?
Well, it's an idea that we've been.
I love Turtle Shell.
Yeah, Turtle Shell is amazing. I would love to get them on board for the TV sessions we're doing, for sure. But and we're going to be reaching out to them as well. But Gain TV has kind of been an idea that we've had kicking around for a little while. We've always wanted to have more video content. We've worked with Chad and Black Fawn in the past, and some other people for video content and commercials for the festival and for our events and all that sort of stuff. But the idea of Gain Music TV has really kind of flourished with the addition of Andy Hill, who's an old buddy of ours, and we've known him for a long time, been in bands with him, and he's sort of really taken the lead and the I don't even know the initiative, I guess, on all that, and getting all these cameras, and we're going to do pre and post show interviews upstairs. We're going to have you know, live to air broadcasts of the shows. We're going to have as much video content out there so that we're able to offer that to the bands too. So not only you're getting a show, you're getting video, you're getting interviews, you're getting, you know, kind of a whole package deal all in one venue in one show. So we're hoping to launch that very soon, but it's all the equipment's coming in, and we're doing test runs of it this week and all that. So probably
Nice.
lots more video content and all that coming soon.
I think this sounds like an amazing opportunity for bands. Again, if you want to get a hold of Nick, it's nik@gainmusic.ca or info@gainmusic.ca. Bilay, how do people get a hold of you? And why would you want them to contact you?
Website pending.
He's shaking his head, no.
Email pending right now.
Truthfully, it's like you can't get a hold of me.
You can call her enough.
It's like my Facebook is open always, and a lot of people actually, like a lot of bands, have been contacting me through Facebook. I'm a avid Facebooker. I'll admit I have a problem on here. I'm seeking help, but like you know, I have pretty much. It's like we really want to like streamline what we're doing. So it's if like I get a contact or somebody knows to contact me, then I pretty much just send it right away to Nick. And then we work out how we deal with it. So we're really trying to streamline how we're doing things instead of like emailing 2 people and maybe me saying, you know, okay, and then Nick says okay to somebody else, then we have conflicting. So really it's like Nick and I working. We're trying to just mesh into one person, and so yeah.
One email.
Yeah.
Splitting Nick, now you're putting 2 of you guys together. Okay, well, I got to ask this question. The Stanfields, if they come back to town, where do they go? Are they stuck with the Gain, or are they allowed to go to Badlands? Or?
You know what? We never really the naming and who bands play with is not ever been a priority of ours. I mean, when I started Gain actually stands for Guelph and Area Independent and New Music. So the idea was not to make it that it's my band and we're competing to try and book something. The idea is that we want to give people places to play. So, we work really well with 11 Presents and Fortnite. So if they've got a big show or if they've got a show, they'll ask me if I've got the floor open, or now that we're running all 3 floors of Van Gogh's, they'll ask me if I've got dates open, and I'm more than willing to give it to them without ever having the Gain name touch it or anything like that. Because, it's kind of based on relationships anyways of what we've all been building over the past couple of years. I've got a really good relationship with the Stanfields, so chances are they'll probably come to me for a show. But if they go to Fortnite and Spencer, that's amazing, because he does great stuff at the E-Bar and other places around town, and probably Laura soon too with the festival and everything that he's involved with down there. But
I thought you said Laura, and I was like,
Laura.
Laura Cole.
No, he's very involved with the larger music community. So if the biggest thing for us is never about who people are playing for, but as long as they're playing and have an audience in front of them. So
nice. Yeah, shout out to Spencer Schuin and the Fortnite music crew, and Elora. The Elora, what is it called?
Elora Festival.
The Elora Festival.
Yeah.
River
Festival.
River Festival. There you go. Okay, well, we're going to play a song in a minute here. Before we get to that, residencies.
Yes. Do
you already have a regular residency lined up for the Van Gogh's ear?
We have some things lined up and a lot of ideas lined up. What we're trying to do, truthfully, is we want to, I think, more have hosts of the night, especially with the DJ aspect and the cover band aspect and all that. So it's more in terms of incorporating the building, as Nick was saying, to incorporate Gain TV into it. As we're hoping to get. We've been talking to a couple DJs. So if they have, we have a resident DJ, then they can actually cycle through people and have different hosts and different things on TV shows and radio shows, your own radio show. Get that going like that. So we have idea for resident bands and resident DJs, and we're really just trying to get them into the aspect of building a community and working with the community instead of just having one host or one thing all the time. It's more community based and having people a rotating system.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah. I hosted a couple hip hop shows back in the day.
Yeah.
There you go. We can get it. Well, one of the great bands, and as you've got it pulled up on cue here, has been Tearaway Tusa. They've been great for hyping up what they're doing, and a lot of local music as well. They're super talented and really getting themselves out there. So we like to support that, and they're doing the Fourth Friday is one of the residencies that they're going to be doing on our second floor come September.
Nice. Well, they've been a guest on Underplayed and Underpaid in the past, and how about we drop a track called Into the Digital Age by Tearaway Tusa. Give us a break on our vocal cords. All right, here's the track by Tearaway Tusa. Let me make sure I got it all queued up. I do. And we'll be back in a couple. Enjoy the song.
Everything I implore, I'm just a big fast race and ready to explode. I tried, they wouldn't do. Down, it's melody days, bringing me back to better days. Pies, you caught me rolling around in a dream under a cloud. It's melody days. Close my eyes to make a feeling live. So tired of running around. Wake me up to the here and now. Now melody days calls me down and undiscovered. I'll take tomorrow.
Yeah, that was Into the Digital Age by Tearaway Tuza, who have had in the show. I want to say thanks to those guys for coming in. What's playing? Here we go. All right, found it. Yeah. I'm joined by two gentlemen from Gain Music. I got Nick Wever and Bilay Badoe. Did I say that right?
You did.
Okay, cool. I don't want to I'm pretty good with my enunciation. Jill from the Red Papaya is really. Yeah, she says I'm really good at that stuff, and I'm like, okay. So we just played a song by Tearaway Tuza, who are going to be the residency fourth Friday of every month on what floor?
Second floor. On
the second floor of Van Gozier.
Yes.
So there you go. There's a taste of what you're going to hear. And are they going to be joined by other bands? Or?
They will be. They're going to get to kind of handpick the bands they get to play with. For September, there is a band called Old CD out of London and a band called Better Weather out of Windsor. And shout out to Kevin down in Windsor for sending us those guys a couple months back, I guess now. And then from there, they're going to get to pick and choose whoever they want to play with, more or less. So it kind of gives them some freedom to, get some shows out of town, do some show exchanges, and do all that. So,
any other residencies that you already have booked, or is it kind of like
it's a little hush hush? We're getting all the artwork and logos, and there's a lot of work still sort of happening to release it. So we're waiting for a few things to come together before we make any formal announcements, that no hiccups happen.
Okay. What about who creates your visual advertising, your posters, and whatever you have online? Who creates these things? Is it one person or is it a consortium?
There's a couple people. Right now, a lot of it so far has been done by Adam Lambert at Fiction Design. He's been doing some great work for us, but we've had Pulp Freak Graphics do some stuff. Steph Scherer, she's been great over the past couple of years. And Adam Unjoya, I never know how to say his last name, so I apologize, Adam. Anyways, from Teleporters, he's done some great work for us. And also, actually, lately, my girlfriend has actually been making a lot of the graphics, so just been helping out a lot.
Nice. She will remain unnamed. Okay, so that kind of kills that off. Are you still always kind of seeking if somebody's avid at the graphic designs and whatnot? If they
all the time,
definitely.
Yeah, we want to incorporate as much as we can again. So. We do want to get more visual artists and graphic artists, and anyone who wants to contribute is kind of open.
The more the merrier.
Yeah. So there you go, nik@gainmusic.ca.
Indeed.
And info@gainmusic.ca. That's how you get a hold of Nick. And if you want to get a hold of me about coming on Underplayed and Underpaid, it's bryancfru@gmail.com. I'd be happy to get together with you somehow. Next week, I got a lady named Danielle, who goes by a stage name Dan Egan. who's going to be coming in, and that's going to be interesting.
She's awesome.
Yeah, have you met her?
Yeah, I've known her for
I
a
hear
couple years.
I hear she's a very sweet
She is.
lass.
She's indeed.
I hear she's Scottish too, so I don't know if she is, but she'd be a lass in that case. Any new music projects going on for you?
For myself, I'm a little too busy. Right now, Islands, we're getting ready for a show on September 25th, and more announcements are kind of coming up about that. But we're sort of just getting the tracks together, and we've been talking about getting a video together for a long time. So all that's kind of been coming together in the background of everything else that's been happening with what's going on in Guelph locally. So,
Speaking of Lamberts, Adam Lambert, who we were just talking about, he's also in, is he not?
His brother Chris is in Islands. He is the main songwriter and all that in Islands and Empires.
Speaking of Chris, we kind of grew up together a little bit through baseball. Long story that I don't want to talk about. He's got a solo acoustic album or EP, I don't know what you call it these days, coming out. Do you know anything about this?
I saw some posts about it online, and haven't really chatted with him too much about it, but I've seen a lot of activity from that. So it's always good to see sort of those guys doing different stuff than like the heavy and metal and stuff like that. So it should be interesting.
Yeah, and Greg Richmond and Brent Mudger from Wakeless and Pure Blank,
yes,
are going to be the ones that are putting together. Did you go to the Pure Blank show?
Oh, no, I was actually out of the country then.
Oh, it was pretty nuts.
I heard. I saw pictures. It looked awesome. I was really jealous.
My first time in a mosh pit since I was 15.
Really? Are there any pictures circulating on the internet of Byron at the very end of the last song where he's like...
There probably are somewhere.
I'd like to see that. There should be that should be like their poster.
Yeah.
You know, with all the graphics and the fading and the shading. But you guys know more about camera stuff, I'm sure, than I do. Okay, so upcoming shows. What do you guys have upcoming in the next? I mean, do you guys throw shows every weekend?
Yeah, we sort of we've been maintaining the weekend shows at Van Gogh's. So this weekend we got some awesome acts coming up on First Floor. Marcellus Wallace being one of them. They're a great funk band. They're playing with Street Pharmacy and Rory Taillon. Rory we've had in town before, and the other Marcellus we've had in town before, but it'll be the first time that we've seen Street Pharmacy in Guelph in a long time. I know they used to play here. And then the next day, on the Saturday, we've got a bit of a Guelph reunion with Arms Reach and Medicine Hat playing with Hands and Teeth and a band called The City and the Sea. So it's going to be a little bit of a indie rock mix-up on Saturday. And but the biggest one that we've got to talk about is probably our grand opening launch of Second and Third Floor, which is the 29th and 30th of August at the end of this month. So
be there. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I also noticed that you guys have Boo Radley Project booked August. Oh, so you had them booked on the 15th.
We did, yes.
What do you think of those kids?
Those guys are phenomenal.
Aren't they?
They do... it's too hard to even describe what they do. It's just it's funky, it's dancey, it's indie, it's awesome. Like they just put on a show, and they're still very young, so I only expect bigger and better things from them. That was a great show, actually. It was a bit of a showcase for Growing Irons and Boo Radley. We sort of gave them the night to sort of pick and choose their own bands to showcase, and they picked a bunch of bands who have played Hillside in the past and are very active in sort of, I guess, the high school scene. So we kind of gave them an opportunity to just have the stage, basically. So.
And they also just played the Noon Hour concert series, did they not?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, so shouts out to those kids. I mean, guys and students.
Yeah.
That's the safe way to call them students.
We're either making ourselves very old
exactly.
Yeah, I'm a grandpa already.
Yeah.
Any word on Gain Music Festival 2015?
There've been some inklings, some ideas. I've been sort of nagging at Chase over the past couple weeks since as soon as he's done Hillside, I kind of start poking and prodding at him too. He hates me for it, but yeah, we kind of don't really start doing anything until after Hillside wraps up, and we get sort of a good idea of how the fall lines up, because we're going to be doing our Battle of the Bands again in October and November, and that will win you a spot on the festival. We're still sorting out other prizes for that, but last year we had studio time and graphic design work and a website and a cash prize as well. So we're going to try and pretty much match that and then move forward with rolling into festival promotion in probably January or so. But probably not going to hear anything about the festival until December, maybe later.
Right on. And who won what over the last Battle of the Bands last year?
Last year it was Commandeer. They were originally the Howling when they entered the competition. They ended it as Commandeer, so they won graphic design from Fiction. They won some recording time out of a studio just outside of town. Dead Fly Studio, sorry. They got a website from 11 Media. They got some coverage from Music Lives, and a spot on the festival as well.
There you go. So if you're in a band and you want to have a shot at winning the Battle of the Bands, info at gainmusic.ca or Nick, N-I-K, at gainmusic.ca.
And it will be on our website as well. We'll have a tab. It'll be just, right now there is a tab for it, but it's still all sort of pending, and we're going to get the sign-up sheets up there in the next probably, ideally, week or two. And then we'll start rolling into getting back to bands and sorting out the lineups.
Nice. Yeah, make sure you go to the Facebook page for Gain Music. That's two separate words, Gain space music.
The website's all one word, so gainmusic.ca. Our Facebook is all one word, Facebook/Gain Music. We're on Twitter at Gain Music, Instagram at Gain Music. So find us across all of those.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And while you're at it, go and find yourself the page for Music Lives and musiclives.ca and enjoy all that. I think it's about time that I should do a little rundown. What do you think? Should I do it?
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. All right. That's the 18th of August. There's my show. Thank you very much. And Paul McLeod is at the Jimmy Jazz tonight, and I believe Matt Weidinger is coming in with him. Those guys are... Were you there last week?
Yeah, I was caught the
Brian
first
Wright
bit of it. And
was there. Jay Leonard was there. Ben Rollo was there. That was a crazy... And Matt Weidinger was just, I mean...
always
phenomenal.
It's something you got to see to believe. All right, so that's what's happening at the Jimmy Jazz tonight. Also, open stage with Dave Huber at Doogie's in Guelph is... last night was the last night for D. Eve Archer, was it not?
Yes.
I think she's having a going away thing for on the Thursday, the 21st at where's she doing?
Manhattan's.
No? I almost think it's at Doogie's. I'm not 100% sure on it, but I know she's having a. Let me give me a sec. It's
we'll get back to that.
Yeah,
all right, so Tuesday the 19th, tomorrow night, Karaoke Tuesdays with Tim at Van Gogh's. We didn't talk about that.
The karaoke night.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we've been doing that for...
Who's Tim?
Tim is actually a friend of mine from high school. Great guy, very much into theater, and he's just a perfect host for our karaoke. We've been kind of talking about it for a little while, and then just ultimately he was the best guy to run it. He's done karaoke on other platforms and he's participated since he was pretty much, I think he was saying that he's been doing karaoke since he was probably 16, sneaking into bars and
nice.
Just for the karaoke, not for the drinking. But he's been active in that scene, and so we've been running karaoke's every Tuesday on Van Gogh's main floor, and it's been going really well. It's been a lot of fun.
All right, well, there you go. If you want to, join the open stage, go to Van Gogh's on Tuesdays, and we'll tell you more about what's going on with the open stages as I run through the list at musiclives.ca on the events page. All right. Also tomorrow, the 19th, Matty P is at Doogie's in Guelph. I believe he plays covers, and it's a good time. Psychotic Gardening on Wednesday, the 20th. Psychotic Gardening with Will of the Ancients, Bread Fan, and Northern Cry. Bread Fan is heavy, and that's all going down at main floor of Van Gogh's. Dan Walsh at Red Brick Cafe, and Music Lives hosts Name That Tune at the Jimmy Jazz every Wednesday. Aaron Dale takes care of your music trivia. Thursday, the 21st, Liam Firth. Just want to send a shout out to that guy. Jamie Murray and Vanessa Tagnanelli. Is it Jamie or is it James? It's Seamus. Seamus Murray and Vanessa Tagnanelli at Sapphire Lounge Guelph. And 11 Presents hosts...
Shrillside.
Hosts Shrillside 2014 at Jimmy Jazz. And Mike Something is at Doogie's in Guelph. I believe that's another cover night, and he's fantastic. He's from the Test Icicles. Friday the 22nd, Young Running at the Jimmy Jazz. And Gain Music hosts Marcellus Wallace, Street Pharmacy, and Rory Tyon at Van Gogh's. Saturday the 23rd, Chronic Noise hosts Clitoris, or is it Clitoris? with In the Act of Violence. This is Death Valley and Drag the Lake at Red Papaya in Guelph, and Dark Humors and Outside Voices at Jimmy Jazz, and Alfie Smith at the Woolwich Arrow, and Game Music hosts Medicine Hat, Hands and Teeth, Arms Reach, and City and the Sea at Van Gogh's. That was a bit of a mouthful, and it shouldn't have been. Sunday the 24th, Oxford Blue hosts Summer Patio series with Bernd Dirksen at Jimmy Jazz. He's also a past friend of Underplayed and Underpaid. And Braden Johnson has video of his performance and interview. We should get it done. Put it on the YouTube's, Braden. And Nathan Cole's hosts Open Stage at the Jimmy Jazz, so it's another open stage. There's how many open stages? We got Open Stage Dave Huber on Mondays, Nathan Cole's on Sundays, Tim on Tuesdays, Do you know
There's one Monday night at the Cornerstone as well, a smaller one. At the
when the
Cornerstone.
when the students are back in? Yeah, it's an earlier one at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So there's
And the,
four options.
The little Oxford Blue series there, it's been a great little patio run we've done. That's actually going to be the last one of the summer series because it's not going to be summer after that.
So sad.
Tear.
They're going to have a barbecue?
Sorry to mention that on the air that it's no longer.
Breaking hearts.
Maybe there'll be a barbecue. Maybe it'll be Dylan Patterson on the ones and twos.
Throwing frisbees.
The hot dogs and the hamburgers. So there's you. That's what's going on at musiclives.ca over the next week for live music in Guelph. And if you are in a band, you should, or even a solo singer-songwriter, you should put a profile up there. What is that rumbling? This must be Mo warming up. Mo Coffee and Blues Around the Block is coming up next. So how about we drop a tune from Marcellus Wallace? Yeah, you guys don't hear that. Okay. All right, so we're at marcelluswallacemusic.com, and I don't understand where I go in order to listen to music. Have you been here before? The contact, the social?
I've been there once. I
the
think
shows,
it's in
the goods? The goods?
I think it'd be
All
the
right.
goods.
The goods, the music. There we go. And okay, let's just... Which one do you want to play? The first one?
Yeah.
Okay, here's Marcellus Wallace Music, Brothers and Sisters, off of their music.com page. And enjoy the tune. We'll be back on Underplayed and Underpaid, University of Guelph Community Campus Radio, 93.3 CFRU.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
Said we're gonna make it through.
Now I know it can be hard,
I know it's hard.
and things ain't always easy.
Said it ain't easy.
But there is one thing we can do.
Just one thing.
We can all come together.
Come together right now.
So if you got soul,
You got soul.
and you're super
And
bad,
you're super, super, super bad.
come on down, my brothers and sisters.
Down.
Let's come together
Join us.
so we can all spread the good word.
We're having some technical difficulties on Underplayed and Underpaid. We're trying to play some tracks off this Marcellus Wallace music page, and it didn't seem to want to roll into the next tune, even though it said it was 4 minutes long, and it just played like 16 seconds. So how about we go to a different option here? Where do you want to go? Give me a name and I'll type it away. Well, how about we talk then? We should focus on your launch weekend. Yeah, maybe I want to turn on your mics.
Yeah. So the launch for our second and third floor of Van Gogh's is going to be August 29th and 30th. So the 29th is sort of, if you've got an invite, you know what the details are for that. It is an invite-only party, but we are obviously opening it up to anyone who wants to come and see what's going on the new floor. We've got tickets posted online at Ticket Scene. You can find those up there. And then 30th is sort of the grand opening where we're going to open up all three floors to the public and really just launch everything that we're doing.
Okay, so who do you got performing? Who can I look up here to give the listeners?
We've got Badoe, who you may recognize or you may not.
I've had them on the show three times.
Great dudes, great musicians. The last time they played was at our festival, so they haven't played since March, and they've been writing a new album and getting geared up to play our grand opening, or the opening on the 29th.
All right, here's a little taste of Badoe off Ballooniverse. It's a Great White Balloon featuring Emma Aurelia on Underplayed and Underpaid.
Young love, where'd you lose your heartbeat? Throw me to the Dead Sea, so I live knows your heartbeat. Throw me to the Dead Sea, so I live on and on. Me dressed in rags and paisley, give into that feeling that you thought you lost me. Why'd you say you loved me, then go on and leave me, love me off and on?
There's a little taste of Blue Universe, and I want to apologize to everybody out there in listener land for me clicking on the wrong tab and messing that up for everybody. So we've been interviewing Nick Wever and Bilay Badoe at from the game Music and Van Gogh's Ear, and I'm sure many other things. And that's been the format of the show today. But talking about the launch weekend, which is coming up on
August 29th, 30th.
All right, and it's kind of a secret show. You need to be invited to it.
It is. It is a bit of a secret show. There is we sent out a bunch of invites. You've got to get to the page to see where the ticket link is. We're going to try and get that ticket link to as many people as we can. But we're also going to have physical tickets as well, so you can get a hold of us for those. But there'll be a handful of them downtown, and the surprise guest is going to be amazing, and it's going to be a great event.
Ridiculous. And I just want to say it's not like we're making it a private event just for we love people. We just really want the community to get a taste of it first, and we're doing this. We built it for Guelph, so we really want the community and music lovers to get in there first. Get some good catering from Bin 23, who's helping us out.
Nice.
And just enjoy the space for what we make it and what it is and what you guys make it.
All right. Well, okay, we got to start wrapping up here. What I like to do at the end of every show is ask my new guest, if you could have dinner with anyone from any time, who would it be and why?
Oh.
Bilay. Want to come back to it? Okay.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Robin Williams, who it was announced on CTV last Monday during my show of his passing, and he was hugely influential. I watched Life According to Garp last night. Just what a fantastic dude. And Popeye. I didn't know Popeye from the 1980s.
Oh, yeah, that was a great movie.
It existed. Also, I'm going to
my
be...
sister said it best, and that is just, I thought Robin Williams was going to be forever.
Yeah.
That's, you know,
He is. He's going to be forever.
a big part of everyone's childhood, I think.
And also, I'm Bryan McNeill. I'm going to be working at Tony's Billiards during the day after Labor Day weekend. So I'll be playing only local music CDs. So if you're in a band, come down to Tony's Billiards, drop one off, and I'll be playing it during the day. So it'll be only local music. I did it again. And you can play some billiards and whatnot. So we've been really focusing on Gain Music, the new launching of Second and Third Floor. Talking a little bit about there will be another festival. So in 2015, Gain Music Festival. Anything else that we should add?
I don't know. I mean, I think if anyone wants to participate or take part or any more information about anything that we're doing or happening at Van Gogh's or anything, just get in touch with us and keep posted to Music Lives for all your local music listens.
All right, at nik@gainmusic.ca. All right, so that's pretty much going to be the end of the show. I'm going to drop a 2-minute little quick song by Paul McLeod. Come on out to see Paul McLeod and Matt Weidinger live this evening, and we'll see you next week with Danielle Haslip. Ciao for now.
Got no time for the human race. Everybody fighting all over the place. Why don't we grab a bottle and head uptown? Baby, won't you be my girl? I trade my old 6-shooter for a diamond ring. Take you all the places that you never been. We'll make a right at the border and just get lost. Baby, won't you be my girl? I ain't got no time for feeling lonely. I got the whole town, baby, on a little old string. Come on out tonight and you can be my thing. I trade my old 6-shooter for a diamond ring. Take you all the places that you never been. We'll make a right at the border and just get lost. Baby, won't you be my girl? Got no time for being lonely. I got the whole town, baby, on a little old string. Come on out tonight and you can be my thing. Well, I got no time for the human race. Everybody fighting all over the place. Why don't we grab a bottle and head uptown? Baby, won't you be my girl? Baby, won't you be my girl? Baby, won't you be my girl?